Good morning. Well, I was planning on making a video about something else, obviously, but this morning I woke up to the news that everyone is now looking at. Um, and just kind of sorting through all the information as it's coming out, and obviously those of us who kind of know what's really going on with the broader uh, New World Order agenda. No, we already know what we start thinking, and it's already been linked to ISIS, and the whole question of could this be another false flag? I mean, obviously that's sort of the first assumption that has to be more or less made these days. So of course, I've been looking through whatever kind of preliminary things. Uh, Sorry, this is just totally off the cuff, but where's Russian vids when you need them, man? I've been trying to look through, so I think the last number I saw was 58 confirmed dead. So with 400 people injured, 400 plus, with almost 60 people dead, thousands of people in this crowd, you'd think that we'd just be, I don't know, perhaps it's just being censored, but the first thing I would think would be in abundance would be, I mean, you got thousands of people who already have their phones out for this concert and everything. So we should just have ridiculous amounts of footage of bodies and, bloody carnage. And I basically, from what I can see so far, I've seen this one here. And yeah, of course, we got all the eyewitness accounts talking about they all heard the shooting, and you can hear the shooting in all the video clips. It is interesting. I did I didn't realize that the concert was actually across the street. It was across the strip from the Mandalay Bay. So if you can see that here, let me show you this one. Yeah, so basically the concert was right in front of the Luxor Hotel. Um, but anyways, I don't really have much to add at this point. One thing that is really interesting is the broken window, because that was one of the first things I was wondering about was obviously the windows of the Mandalay Bay Hotel, just like almost all the hotels around here, they don't open, so we obviously had to shoot through it. So I just went looking for pictures, and oddly enough, there was two different windows that were broken. Very the not right next to each other either. So when you look at this, it seems like unless he had rented out a very massive uh, some really massive suite that took up a large part of the 32nd floor. Um, yeah, so that's a little anomalous and very weird. But yeah, not seeing a lot of blood and carnage, and there's the weird reports. I think Dabu mentioned that there's these weird reports of the woman, presumably possibly the girlfriend that they're now looking for, who was like got into the concert and was saying that you're all gonna die, and there's just we're in that kind of weird, crazy stage at this point, and I know it's just gonna get picked apart for days. I mean, already hands down, this is the largest mass shooting in American history, and it's just kind of crazy because yeah, ever since I moved to Las Vegas a little over 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, um, you just know that I've basically kind of been waiting for this. It's you know it just always seemed like one of the most prime targets for a false flag, or even a, and again, I'm not presuming that it's undeniably that this is a completely staged event. It's not, it's not beyond the powers that be to kill scores of innocent people and, you know, have suicide shooters and all this stuff. I mean, so again, I'm not assuming that it's fake, but obviously at the same time, when you look at this whole scenario, it's almost easier to fake it. It would be easier to fake deaths just because there's so many people and so much pandemonium. The bigger the crowd you have, and the bigger the chaos, and the bigger the death count, right? It's like the bigger the lie, the harder it is to get people to question it. And there's so many moving people, so many thousands of people who the heard the gunshots and everything. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I've already gotten some emails from local people, neighbors and people from nearby churches and stuff that, they're saying that we're all undoubtedly going to know people who are hurt in this. But, we'll see. That's always the assumption, but we'll see if people really do have loved ones that were killed. That's very possible. But yeah, it was honestly what I always kind of expected, especially with the increase in the last few years of these terror events where they were just using vehicles to mow people down. That was kind of what I thought would be one of the easiest things to do, because you could just be driving down Las Vegas Boulevard and, yank your steering wheel to the right and you could mow down hundreds of people on the sidewalk, and there's nowhere to go. I mean, it's so jammed packed with people. It was just begging for this. So the fact that it was a concert kind of surprised me. They have these things all, pretty regularly, but just the Las Vegas Strip itself is always just jam packed with people out in the open, and I'd never go there because it's claustrophobic and horrible. And yeah, so I mean, it was just begging for it. So, not to mention, this city is, yeah, if you know anything about the history of this city, and obviously all the occult history that's going on here, the Freemasonry is just bizarrely active here. I mean, you'll just be driving around town and you see Freemason bumper stickers and decals, and I mean, it's, obviously when you see that, you're seeing low level people, firefighters and just regular workaday Joes. But if there's that many people that are involved on that level, then the higher up, So the idea of this could be a staged event is, it would be one of the easiest things. Obviously, you're kind of in the belly of the beast here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I'm a little heavy this morning because it's just either way, right? Either way, whether nobody died or whether dozens of people died and hundreds of people are injured, it's tragic either way, because we all know that what the end game is. The end game is the same no matter what, and that's, Nevada is also a target because of its, it's one of the highest percentages of gun ownership and concealed carry and automatic weapon. It's definitely a target in terms of the gun control agenda. So they had to have something really big here. And I think I even saw something where they're trying to link this guy to Clive Bundy, which wouldn't surprise me. Just they're going to get as much bang for their buck in terms of the domestic terrorist narrative. But then linking it to the fact that they're even trying to say that this guy is part of ISIS, like he converted to Islam a few months ago, and now it's just, the whole thing reeks like, it's the same old stupid narrative. So it's it makes me sad, even if it's just all, a big staged event. But that's not to say that it necessarily is. I'd never want to make that assumption. Um, they have no problem with killing innocent people, so please don't just, let's just keep cool-headed and analyze and look through. That's the thing. There should be a lot of footage and a lot of things for people to comb through. I don't myself intend to just focus on. I mean, I'm looking at footage right now, and there's lots of people laying around. If there was people that are, I don't know, there could be dozens and dozens of actors who are laying around in the field. But again, I'm going, where's the ones that are, when they show you all these little snapshots, it's people that presumably they're hurt, but they're not, they're not soaked in blood. They're not, it's just sad that we even have to ask these kind of questions and sound crazy to, they're just going to keep doing this. But yeah, this is definitely, it's a pretty big day in terms of the war on terror narrative unfolding. But yeah, I thought there was like it was like a year ago where there was a fire on the strip, and I was like a mile or so away, and you could just see the smoke, and this is what I thought it was a bomb, and I was like, here we go, been waiting for this, and then it turned out to just be some fire that didn't really destroy anything. But yeah, this is obviously they've been planning this for a while. Anyways, I guess we'll just keep following this as it goes.